Lexi Jane Dan, 25B 724-898.
James Jeremiah on behalf of Ms. Dan, who I believe is going to be present by Zoom this morning.
All right. I'm not. They didn't change anything, right?
They did, Your Honor. They changed it from a requirement to a strong recommendation, which I don't
Hang on.
know what that means. But they should have, unless I gave you the wrong floor, which.
It was dated today.
Okay. Yeah, I may have signed the wrong form. I double check it, Judge. Make sure I did print the sign.
I mean, let me take a look. Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Mr. Muhammad, how are you this morning? Good, thanks. Wait. I want you to come here, please. Ma'am, your name?
My name is Lexi Dan, Your Honor.
Whoever has that phone.
You have to take that out of here, please, sir.
Yeah.
If the defendant, Mr. Muhammad, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Muhammad, active people.
If the defendant fails out of the sobriety or specialty court due to poor performance, commits another crime while on probation recommendation, or the judge finds sufficient cause to terminate probation, then the balance of the year or 1 year must be served in jail, no work release or waiver.
Your Honor, I may have printed and signed the wrong form. Can I double check that? It
Yeah,
might be my fault. I don't want to get Mr. Muhammad in trouble.
Well, nobody's getting anybody in trouble. I just still don't feel comfortable if that's the best we can do. So we'll have to go to the exam. The exam's today, right?
So Judge, that was amended to a strong recommendation, and that portion is not part of a sentence agreement. I'm assuming that form is the old copy.
No, it is it does say strong recommendation on the top. So I think the idea is, Your Honor.
Guys,
it-
guys, I don't mean to be rude. How can I read this different than I'm reading? I can't.
Judge, it's not a sentence.
Listen. You said, under strong recommendation?
Yes. It's.
Hang on.
So if I could, Your Honor, I think the idea, oh, okay, sorry.
You know what the idea is? I am not going to ever put myself in a position where somebody says the judge sanctioned this plea agreement and then didn't follow through. I want you to hear me clearly. Nobody's ever going to be able to say that I took a plea. There was an agreement in place. Now, it might say strong recommendation on the left, but any judge reading this, quite honestly, including this one, if the defendant, it's a strong recommendation. I'll give you that in bolds. If the defendant fails out of the sobriety or specialty court due to poor performance, comma, commits another crime while on probation, parents, recommendation, and parents, or the judge finds sufficient cause to terminate probation, and the balance of the year or 1 year must be served in jail, no work release or waiver. Now, what does that mean? I know what it means. I don't feel comfortable doing this, guys. If you wanna redo this language and just say, then the prosecutor's office, if the defendant fails out of the sobriety or specialty court due to poor performance, commits another crime while on probation, or the judge finds sufficient cause to terminate probation, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office stipulates in the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office recommends that the balance of the year or 1 year should be served in jail. However, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office leaves this to the court's discretion. I mean, I'm not going to go through with this, guys. I told you, I mean, I'm going to give you the example again. Somebody is 95% compliant and they screw up at the end. They have an addiction. They've done a good job, but they lost it again at the end. I've seen it. It happens. I'm not going to have somebody tell me you have to give them a year in jail. I still go back to what I said. And look, it's okay that we disagree. Maybe you guys need to go to the Wayne County Circuit Court, sobriety court, probation. I have no problem with that. You can waive the exam. I happen to think ours is as good as any around, but I'm a little biased. So if that sounds arrogant, forgive me. But I will do this under these circumstances with this language in it, unless it's clear and unambiguous that this is in the court's discretion. And to the extent somebody can't say that, I understand. It's okay. We'll just agree to disagree. But I can't have somebody tell me this says that it's a recommendation. I realize it's a strong recommendation. And then, by the way, you got on the back here, courtroom APA must be notified if any of the 1-year jail sentence triggers are committed. Now, maybe there's judges that'll read it more liberally. God bless them. It's okay. Everybody doesn't have to agree with me. Everybody, every day, people don't agree with me. It's okay. I get it. They don't have to. Ms. Don, I am so sorry. I don't know what to tell you. You guys can work on this if you want. You can pen it in. You can redo it. You can do what you want. If the office is going to say, Judge, that's the best we can do, then I'm going to say to you, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. We're going to the exam at 11 a.m. today.
Judge, I may, just in regards to that portion, we are leaving that to the discretion of the court.
You got to write it in here. I'm not going to go searching for transcripts. This does not look like.
But that's why it was written as a recommendation, not.
You wrote it as a strong recommendation. You put it in the caption, but then it reads like the judge has to do this. I mean, if you can't, listen, I'm not trying to pressure anybody or make anybody feel bad or anything else. This seems like a nice lady here. I'd love to have her in our sobriety court. I think she would be a great candidate. But I feel so strongly about this, and it's not some kind of just an argument. I don't need to argue with anybody at my age, but I just can't do it. So you guys are either going to have to fix it or we're going to exam at 11. Sorry.
No problem. If we can have it back, and hopefully we can fix it.
Okay.
So,
Lexi Jane and Lane Don, 25B724898.
James Sherman, on behalf of Ms. Dan.
Good morning, Ms. Dan. You've been patient. Your name?
My name is Lexi Dan, Your Honor.
I'm sorry I went through all of that. I really am, but
I
I'm
actually
gonna-
appreciate it, Your Honor. So I thank you. I thank you.
No problem. I'm gonna cover this. I'm looking forward to having you in our sobriety court. You're ready, right?
I'm very much ready, Your Honor. I am.
Now, I want you to know something. I don't mind doing this for you, but you're going to go through a bond phase. And I'm going to expect you to get through the bond phase, and I'm going to expect you to complete the program.
Yes, Your
This
Honor.
is not for the weary. Okay? This is simply not for the weary. There's nothing easy about sobriety court. Okay? So
I
let's
understand,
start
Your
with
Honor.
that. They have me having you plead guilty to 2 charges. OWI 1, occupant less than 16, and child abuse in the 4th degree. They're adding that count, right, counsel?
That's correct.
And then all other charges will be dismissed, right?
Correct.
Okay, now. Okay, so this was actually There was never a felony here, right? Or was there? Yeah, there was on the count one, because the second or subsequent events notice, because she had that previously. So they're gonna take and reduce this felony for you to a 1-year misdemeanor, and I'm glad to do it. But I'm telling you, even though you heard the conversation, I disagree with tying judges' hands and making judges or expecting judges to do what prosecutors tell them. But I'm not going to be easy here. And I don't want to sound negative. I want you to understand, I need your full-blown cooperation. We're going to put you on a bond regimen. Since they're cutting you such a deal, there's no conditional plea here. If you don't get through the bond phase, write this down. You're going to do a year. Do you understand that?
I understand, Your Honor.
We will work with you. We want to help you. You
I
seem
understand.
like a nice person, but I'm telling you, there's something about, I want to treat you with respect and dignity, but I also want to make sure that you understand I'm going to hold you accountable. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor. I do.
So if you plead guilty to child abuse in the 4th degree, that's punishable by up to 1 year. If you plead guilty to OWI occupant less than 16, first offense, that, ma'am, is punishable by up to 1 year. But I want to go through these conditions, and this plea is going to take a minute. Sentence agreement of 60 to 90 days as jail, as determined by the judge, with work release if eligible and available. The jail condition may be waived at the discretion of the court if the defendant completes a specialty court program pursuant to statute. The court can impose jail at its discretion for child abuse. 4, the OWI 3 charges will be dismissed at sentencing provided the terms of the agreement are satisfied. They got a sentence agreement, 2 years probation with sobriety, drug, veterans, or mental health court. The defendant will need to find placement on or before sentencing, no early termination of the probation. Any SCA approved sobriety or specialty court will be acceptable. The 33rd District Court program is acceptable. In addition, all their terms set by the court, costs of prosecution is determined on alcohol, drug screening, and treatment. Full restitution for any out-of-pocket costs for damages or harm incurred because of the offense on or before sentencing, if applicable. In addition, a parenting responsibility class should be included. So now I'm getting to another point here. Strong recommendation. If the defendant fails out of the sobriety court or specialty court due to poor performance, commits another crime while on probation, the judge finds sufficient cause to terminate probation. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office recommends the balance of the year or 1 year must be served in jail. Stipulation that the sentence agreement and second OWI offense are sufficient grounds for incarceration if it's imposed. The violation of probation terms are a recommendation and at the discretion of the court. Courtroom APA must be notified if any of the above violations are committed. So now they're getting into, if he doesn't get through the bond phase, for me not to dismiss the OWI 3 charge. Okay, I'm still gonna go along with it. This is just belaboring. Because we used to not take conditional pleas. So I want you to understand, if you take this plea and you don't get past the bond phase, the plea is gonna be set aside and you're gonna be charged, you're gonna have an OWI 3 or a felony charge on your record. Or at least one that you're going to have to contend with downtown. Do you understand that?
I do understand, Your Honor.
Now, what else?
Your Honor, you expressed some concern about the parenting responsibility class. She's already enrolled in that class, so that should be done relatively soon.
Parenting, no, I wasn't talking about the parenting. I was talking about the OWI 3 being dismissed its sentence. So you understand the possible penalties, true?
That is true, Your Honor.
All right. And you read all these rights? You went over these rights on the advice of rights form with your lawyer?
I have, Your Honor.
And you understand that you're giving up your right to a jury trial. You're giving up your right to remain silent. You're giving up your right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses, to testify or remain silent. And that silence will not be held against you if you choose to exercise that right. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
By pleading guilty, you're waiving the presumption of innocence. You're waiving the burden of proof of beyond a reasonable doubt. You're waiving all these requirements, including your right to a trial. And I will then take your plea pursuant to this agreement. Do you understand all that?
I understand.
And you understand the possible penalties are up to a year. I don't know when she had her prior counsel. Can you tell me?
I'd have to look it up in
It was
file.
2018, Your Honor.
Okay.
It may have been 2019 if I'm mistaken. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it was April 30th, 2019, according to the complaint. Let me just double check the other paperwork here. Yeah, so I want you to understand, if you own that vehicle, I have to order a mobilization of that vehicle for 90 days. Your license will be revoked after this plea. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor. And are we talking about the vehicle that I was driving when I get caught this CUI this time?
Yes.
Okay, I do not own that vehicle, but I do understand what you're saying.
Who owned it?
My friend Forrest. He still has it. He still drives it to work every day. I
All
don't
right,
drive
okay.
it at all anymore.
All right. We're gonna have to double check that. So we'll try, maybe you don't have to do it now, Lisa. Just try to do it before the sentencing. Okay. Do you have any questions before I ask you how you plead?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right. To the charge of child abuse, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
And to the charge of OWI occupant less than 16, first offense, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
All right, you had a prior offense on April 30 of 2019, correct?
I did.
And that's when you were convicted of operating while impaired out of the Romulus Court, 34th, right?
That's correct.
And on this date, October 12 of 25, were you operating a motor vehicle in the township of Brownstown? And prior to that, did you drink alcohol? And if so, what did you drink and how much?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. And I drank the 2 little small bottles of wine. They come in a 4-pack, and then I drank 2 single airplane shooters.
All right. And did you have a son, or do you have a son by the name of Josiah Davis, date of birth December 16 of 23?
I do, Your Honor.
And he was in the vehicle at the time, correct?
He was.
And was your ability to operate that motor vehicle significantly and materially affected due to the consumption of the alcohol? And if so, in what way? Why were you pulled over by the police?
I was driving down the road with my right turn signal on and my headlights off, Your Honor.
Did you ultimately get arrested?
I did, Your Honor.
And were you transported? Did you take a toxilizer breath test at the police station, or did you get a blood draw?
I did do the tox screen at the police station, Your Honor.
Okay, and what were the results of that, counsel? Can you tell me?
I can look it up real quick, Your Honor.
Do you know what they were, Ms. Dan?
I believe they were. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Detective, your
Crystal
name?
Tula. Detective Crystal Tulas, Brownstown Police Department. The results were a .224 and a .223.
All right. Any reason to dispute the accuracy of that reading, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole right now?
I am not, Your Honor.
And at the time that you were operating this motor vehicle, again, when you had that high breathalyzer result with no headlights and no turn signal, was your son in the vehicle in a
He
car
was, Your
with
Honor.
you? All right.
He
And where
was.
was he seated? In the back seat?
He was in the back seat, secured into his car seat, Your Honor.
All right. Are you on probation or parole right now?
I am not, Your Honor.
Anybody in the world force you to plead guilty?
Nobody did, Your Honor.
All right. You satisfied, counsel?
Satisfied, thank you.
All right, we're gonna reduce this. This can be OWI occupant, less than 16. And you're sure you're gonna be able to get in child abuse fourth, and I'm dismissing all other charges. You understand, on motion of the prosecutor, you understand you're going to have to, this is almost gonna be like a second home. You're gonna be here every week. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
I'm
I
gonna
do.
order a screening and assessment. All other charges are dismissed. You're going to have to come up here for an intake. And then I'll set a sentence date. Can you come today?
I have to be to Detroit to do my tether between 3 and 5, and I also have, I do, intense, outpatient
Hang on
counseling.
Hang on one second, ma'am. How about if I have her come in? It's a felony reduced to a misdemeanor. It's sobriety court. Come in tomorrow. Is that good in the morning?
Yep, that works for me.
Good. Thanks. Thanks. I'm still online. Thank you. Yes. Thanks. Bye. This is gonna be sobriety court at 8. You're gonna come in here at 8:30 in the morning for screening and assessment tomorrow. Your job is to comply with all bond conditions. You've been going to AA, right?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
They're going to, and I'm not dismissing the OWI 3 until we accept you into the treatment program. If they're gonna set you up with weekly testing, you're gonna have to pay for at least until you get through the bond phase.
Okay.
You've got the, you have a scram tether?
I do, Your Honor. Yes.
All right, so we might want to convert that to a sober link, unless you have a problem with a sober link. Did we talk about
Your
that?
Honor, I'm very comfortable on my tether. I mean, if
Okay,
you're doing it for financial
fine.
reasons,
The
if you're
end-
doing it for financial reasons, then I understand that, but I'm very comfortable on my tether, and I would actually like to keep my tether until my baby's born.
Okay,
I
well,
would.
okay, so we have a grant and anyway, we're not paying for any of that right now, but we will when we accept you into the program, okay?
Okay.
There might be an issue with you having to pay the difference over a sober link. Scram tether's a little bit more. You gotta get done with this stuff, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
How old are you?
I am 33 years old, Your
I
Honor.
mean, you know, the next one you get is a felony, right? And
I do
life,
know
as you
that, Your
know,
Honor.
will no longer be the same. Why don't we put this out until right after the first of the year, Lisa, like my second week?
January 7th at 8:30.
All right. So I'm not dismissing. OWI 3, not dismissed. I feel like sometimes with these plea agreements with the prosecutor's office that I gotta cross every T and dot every I, or they're gonna. Well, I gotcha, you know what I mean? But I'm not going through that colloquy with them about conditional pleas, so we'll just go ahead and do this. You're all set. You make sure you come in here at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow.
Now is this your court down here is it the 33rd?
It's the 33rd.
Okay, and I'll be able to find it. Somebody will help me get to where I need to go.
It's right on Van Horn off of Allen. Just Google 19,000 Van Horn in Woodhaven. Who's
Okay.
this behind you?
Oh, it's Billie Eilish. It's a poster, Your Honor. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
geez.
It's a poster. I'm sorry. I'm in
You're
my daughter's
fine.
room.
You're fine. Take care. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your
very
Honor. I
much.
appreciate
Thank
you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Brendan Dubowski appearing on behalf of Courtney Madyazik, who's in my office, seated to my right. Ma'am, what is your name?
Courtney Mattazic.
Your Honor, today's the date and time set for a PCC in this matter. I believe the court's in possession of a plea agreement. I've been able to resolve this matter, and if Your Honor has it in front of you, I can either read it in or if you choose.
No, I don't need you to do that. I need Mr. Muhammad again.
Sure.
So I want to tell you with these, Mr. Dubowski, I don't have a problem at all. I'm glad to welcome her in the sobriety court. The problem is that they always had wanted this provision, and they kind of go, I went through another one of these this morning. Let me just, they always wanted me to agree to send them to the jail if they committed another crime, which could be improper plate, expired license, spitting on the sidewalk, or if they didn't complete the program. And I've always thought they're not the ones that get the sentence in the event of a probation violation. And I've also thought somebody gets to the very end, they screw up, I don't feel inclined to give them a year. So I just want him. Where is Mr. Muhammad?
One thing I will say, Your Honor, that's a little different than the cases I've had in the past. Before, you're absolutely right. That was the sentence agreement, but now it just says it's a strong recommendation.
No, I know. And I went through and I just want him to add one thing on this.
Sure.
And I know, I agree with you. Because the one, they wrote strong recommendation, which they misspelled, by the way. And they had all these terms, even though it said that. So listen, your name?
Good afternoon, Mohammed Power on behalf of the people.
Here's what I want you to add on this. You can initial it. I'll put it on record with Mr. Dubowski. People acknowledge that that the court is not bound by any of the prosecutor's recommendations regarding jail. Is that fair, or is that a problem too? What? This is different than the last one.
I know, and the reason is I had sent a copy of a plea form to my supervisor, exactly the same as the previous one, and there were some modifications that they made, which is on that.
All right. Or 1 year must be served in jail. Recommends the balance. And the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office recommends the balance of the year or 1 year must be served in jail.
I will say that in regards to that,
I want you to write on here. Court is not bound with any sentence agreement in the event defendant commits a crime or otherwise violates. I'm not going to do that.
understood.
Will you write it on there and initial that? Can you do that for me? And then we'll cover all this, Mr. Dubowski. Believe it or not, I'm protecting your client and not, this one isn't bad, but I've been getting these from them for years, and I don't mean to disparage anybody and saying you can't tell me what to do if somebody violates. So at any rate, once he makes that change, you're not going anywhere, are you?
No, I'm just going to make those changes.
Okay, fair enough. Once he makes that change, I will be glad to take her into the sobriety court. And ma'am, you're going to be able to get here from Farmington?
Yes.
Do you understand what an undertaking is here? This is not for the weary. You're going to be here meeting with your probation officer every other week. And you're
Yes.
going to be here meeting with me every other week for a status review. I'm glad you're going to do it. You seem like a nice lady. It's going to turn your life around. We'll be glad to help you, but I don't want you to get into this program and then decide, geez, it's too much, because I will tell you this. While I'm defending my right to sentence you to what I want, if I don't think you're making an effort either in the bond phase or throughout the program, you're probably going to do a whole year in jail. I want to be upfront and honest with you. This isn't just get a felony dismissed and I'm going to come and go through the motions and hope everything goes right. This is quite a commitment. And I say that not for the purpose of discouraging you, only so you understand what you're getting yourself into. You're going to be testing 2-3 times a week in the beginning. That will be at your cost. You're going to have a sober link that you're going to be paying for. You're going to be going to treatment. You're going to be going to AA. You're going to be meeting with its status review hearings with me. You're going to be meeting with the probation officer every other week. Once we accept you into the program, okay, perfect. So he's got written on here, the court is not bound by BOP terms, but only strong recommendation. I'm good with that. So you've got that.
Yes, sir.
Good enough. Now, So do you understand everything I've said to you, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
So you understand a sentence agreement is going to call for 60 to 90 days jail as determined by me. If eligible and available, you could get work release. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Can I add something, Your Honor? I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, I'm used to people cutting me off. Go ahead, Mr. Dubowski. I'm
Okay.
just kidding.
I don't think work release is available after COVID. I know that they had it before, but I'm not aware of them bringing it back. But it also states that Your Honor, that's a discretionary term that Your Honor could possibly either follow or deviate from. So
I know, and
depending
you
on-
want to promise from me, and I can't do that till I know more about her, okay?
Fair enough, Your Honor.
Okay, so ma'am, do you understand everything here?
Yes.
All right, so this is going to be a plea to operating while intoxicated, second offense. And that calls for up to 1 year in jail. There's mandatory minimums of 5 days or community service of 60 to 180 days. And 6 points, and your license will be revoked in accordance with your record. And your vehicle could be or might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. Since this is your vehicle, I'll go ahead and immobilize it today. The terms will kind of run concurrent. In other words, I'll give you a 90-day immobilization. And actually, I don't have to give her a mobilization, I don't think, because this is, yeah, she doesn't have 3 within 10 years. So I don't have to immobilize. But I want you to understand you will be eligible for a restricted license if you're compliant from 45 days from the sentence date. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
So you understand they're saying they want me to send you to jail for 60 to 90 days, work release if eligible, but still in the discretion of the court. And then they want me to send you to jail. I'm just telling you, I'm not saying I'm going along with it, but if you violate and I don't see any effort, you're going to do a year. We understand one another, right?
Yes, I understand.
I'm not going to dismiss the OWI 3, it says, until sentencing. So that's what I will do. Do you understand everything fully and completely?
Yes.
Did she sign an advice of rights form today or not?
She did, Your Honor, and I submitted that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Did you read these rights, ma'am?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand the rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you will be giving up all those rights and there's not going to be a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. To the charge, operating while intoxicated, how do you plead?
Guilty.
First of all, were you previously convicted of operating while impaired on May the 20th of 99? How could she have been convicted in 99 if she was born in 91?
That's not true, the 99, Your Honor. That was,
Is that the last one?
no, it was 2000, Your Honor, 2015 and 09 were the 2 priors.
Okay. So were you convicted of an operating while impaired in 2009 out of, looks like the Redford District Court?
Yes.
Were you convicted out of the Plymouth or 35th District Court in February of 2015 of operating while impaired?
Yes.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on this evening, this September 13 of 25 on Huron River Drive and I-75 in Rockwood? And if so, did you drink alcohol prior to that?
Yes.
What did you drink and how much?
I had a few shots and some high noons.
What,
More than I should have.
what kind of, how many shots did you have and what kind?
4 or 5, mixed flavored shot.
And what else did you say? Honeymoons?
The high noons, they're a seltzer drink.
They got so many different drinks out there, guys. I don't even know what they are anymore. Honeymoons. High noons.
High noons, Your Honor.
High noons. Okay. And was your ability to operate the motor vehicle significantly affected due to the consumption of that alcohol? So tell me, did you feel you were intoxicated and why were you pulled over by the police?
Yes, I do feel I was intoxicated.
And why were you pulled over by the police? Your vehicle stopped.
Yeah, my car, I assumed ran out of gas. I had my hazards on.
And the police came on the scene.
Yes.
Ultimately, you submitted to sobriety tests and arrested and transported to the police station. Is that true or false?
True.
Is this an intoxilizer or a blood draw, Mr. Dubowski?
This was a blood draw, Your Honor.
For the results, and you so stipulate for purposes of the plea to their accuracy.
Point 24, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole, ma'am?
No.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Counsel, does she work?
She does, Your Honor. And she's on
Kids?
leave right now, but she does
From where?
work. She's working at Leo's Coney Island in Woodhaven. However, they may move her to a different location because she's trying to get counseling and she's had a very difficult time. She has a private therapist that she's working with. However, she's trying to get her insurance to pay for some intensive out.
She should talk to probation about that tomorrow too. Is she living in Woodhaven or still in Farmington?
Still in Farmington.
Why are you driving all the way to Woodhaven to go to a Coney Island? No disrespect. Anyway,
No, it's okay.
Are you on probation or parole right now?
No.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll make a note. Priors in 2009 and 2015. Young lady. Did I ask her? I'm sorry. I'm thinking out loud what I'm going to say. You can't do this. You had 2 priors. You got 3 times the legal limit. You blow this plea, this sobriety court, you're going to jail for a year.
I understand. I appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, but I want you to understand, we're going to closely monitor you in bond. Okay? The better you do, the less likely I'm to give you 60 days or 90 days. Do you understand that?
Yes.
That means 100% compliance. So I can at least go home and sleep at night and say, this young lady's trying, even though she's got 3 drunk drivings, she's doing what she needs to rehabilitate herself. I'm serious what I'm saying to you. So I want you to come in here for your screening and assessment in the morning at 8:30.
You know, I've been doing that already.
No, that's something different. That's what the probation.
That's a
department's talking.
questionnaire. That's a questionnaire, and they're going to interview you. Okay. And you
Okay.
come in here in the morning and you meet with them and you comply with all bond conditions. Now, once you get into sobriety court, once we accept you, assuming we do, and that's going to require some work and effort on your part and abstinence. It's a hard time of year to get into sobriety court, right? Everybody's drinking at Thanksgiving, especially Christmas. None. Zero. I mean, you seem like a really nice girl to be ruining your life like this. Okay, so I'm not going to preach anymore. We're going to give it out. It's about the same day in January, Lisa.
January 7th at 8:30.
Is that
Your
good
Honor,
with you?
I had a feeling that was the one. I knew it was going to be early January. That was the one day I was going to ask not to set it for.
That's all right. There was no accident here. We
Correct.
don't necessarily have to do it on a state day.
That's a Wednesday. It's your probation, or I'm sorry, your sobriety court day.
Oh, okay. Can we do it you'd good on the 8th?
Can we do it on either? Actually, can we do it on the 14th, Your Honor? Either the 12th or the 14th?
What day's better for me, Lisa?
The 14th.
We'll do the 14th at 8:30. Is that good?
Can we do
Yes.
9, Your Honor? Is that too much to ask? I know I've asked for a lot.
You can do 9. I mean, I'll be sitting on the bench waiting for you. But I'm just kidding. We'll do 9 o'clock. I'd really like you guys to come out here, okay? So if you want me to even set it later, I'll be glad to do that. I want to see her in person.
How about 9:30?
9:30 it is.
Thank you. In
Nobody
person.
gets up as early as Judge McNally anymore, huh?
No, they don't.
Answer, do they? All right. It's good to see you, ma'am. Good luck. Smile. You're gonna be so
Thank you.
thankful. 2 years, you're gonna be with a changed life. I wish you well. Good luck.
Thank you, Your
Counsel,
Honor, and have a good Thanksgiving to
You
you
too,
and your
Mr.
staff.
Dubowski, and give your dad my best. Good luck, ma'am. Carrie Moran is not here. You haven't talked to her?
She's on
She's
Zoom,
on
Judge.
Zoom, Your Honor.
I just can't get her to connect her video.
She lives in Riverview, right?
She told me that she was disabled, so she couldn't drive here.
Your name, ma'am? You have to unmute in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, please.
Okay,
There you go.
What is your name?
Carrie Moran.
All right, counsel. I want to be sympathetic, and I am sympathetic. I don't know what the nature of the disability is. I don't really need to hear it. But this money, and I mean, she's owed this money on this civil infraction charge for 10 years. And then she failed to appear for a pretrial. What are you doing, Ms. Moran? Why weren't you here? Why aren't you showing up on this case?
Well, I can't show up in the courtroom. I'm bedridden. I was in a nursing home for a long time. I don't mean to go on, but I had,
Ma'am,
yeah,
I still have to proceed with these cases.
I know.
Now,
I know.
I don't think you do because you haven't been here for 9 years on one and 10 on the other. Now, I don't particularly relish putting people in jail, but I'm telling you, you are really close at this point. I mean, what are we doing? This is a retail fraud from December 1 of 16 that you didn't show up on, that I was nice enough to give you a personal bond on 3 weeks ago. And now here you are, I've arraigned you. I've dismissed show causes. I've told you to pay 50. I mean, we have gone round and round and round. You're not going to really force my hand, are
I really want to settle this.
Well,
My health
listen,
is
there's no settling
deteriorating.
anything. I don't know what you mean. You can't look a judge in the eye and tell him you want to settle something that's 10 years old. I mean, come on. How can you tell me that? How can you look me in the eye and say that? I'm trying to be understanding here, but where'd she go? Ms. Moran,
I'm here.
do you have
I'm
family,
sorry.
ma'am? Do you have family?
I have 2 sons. My
Well, have you-
husband is
Have
all
you
of my
told your sons
family
about this issue? Maybe you need to talk to your sons about this.
My sons know about it.
Well, maybe they can come up with the money to help you because my patience at this point is running thin, okay? I can't blame you.
Please, Judge, understand. I had a trach in my throat for a long time.
What do you want me to do, Ms. Moran? Tell me what you want me to do.
I want
You-
to settle. I want to settle this.
Can you get out of the house and do some community service? I'll be glad to let you do that.
No, Judge, I'm bedridden. After I had gone into septic shock, I came down with this Guillain-Barré syndrome that I'd never heard of, and it
Okay, all right.
paralyzed me. And I had to have a tracheotomy.
All right, okay, all right.
I truly am
All right,
sorry.
okay. Let me think. Can you send me some doctor's proof of this condition?
I've been collecting it like you asked me to.
Well, why don't you send me what you have at this point? I gotta end this case at some time before I leave the bench. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Lisa, give me a date when Woodhaven's here again. Now, reschedule with Woodhaven, pretrial. Are you, go ahead.
December 10th at 11.
Maybe, you won't be representing her. Mr. Westmoreland won't be representing her, will he?
No,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Crawford will be here that day.
Okay, I do.
Ma'am, you have what? Go ahead.
I just want to let you know I have a kidney operation on December 8th.
We can't go, Woodhaven's not here next week, Lisa.
They are, but for Judge Hessen.
Yeah, okay.
And then you
I
don't
don't
have a
even mind
Woodhaven until
dismiss this
January.
if that's what they choose to do. I mean, I don't even know but they can't dismiss it if she doesn't show up. Why don't you give me another date there, Lisa? Like what? I don't want to go to the 24th. Do I have anything on the 7th? That's Judge Heston's too, right? On the 17th?
Can we go to January?
I don't care. That's fine. Let's
January
do it.
7th,
January 7th
8:30.
at 8:30. Now, ma'am, here's what I'm gonna do. If you said you have your kidney operation on December 8th, right?
Right.
So maybe we can figure out a way where he might be willing to dismiss this. Why don't you tell him he should, you run into Mr. Crawford, don't you, Mr. Westmoreland?
Occasionally.
I mean, well, I'm gonna put this in highlighting, hope somebody sees it. I don't see the point in going on with this criminal case for sure. She can't do community service, what she tells me is correct. I don't know why I wouldn't just purge the contempt and let her go. You have to provide proof of medical condition though, okay, ma'am? Give me what you have. You can have your sons make copies and send it up here. I don't want your originals, okay? And
Right.
but you have to show up on January the 7th at 8:30 in the morning. So I'll schedule both these for that, Lisa, okay?
Okay.
You know,
I mean, I'm in a hospital bed right now. I can show you.
yeah, I get it. I didn't know that. I'm sorry about that.
And I'm sorry about
Don't worry
not
about
resolving
anything,
this.
okay? I want you to worry about getting yourself better and having a nice Thanksgiving. You see, Miss,
I'll
I
talk
just
to
don't-
Mr. Crawford about it, Judge.
thank you very much. Ma'am, I wish you well. I'm gonna try to help you here. Okay?
Okay. I
Send me
wish
what
you
you
well
can.
too.
Send me what you can. At some point, it just seems to me it's silly to proceed on that, but that's not my call. Thanks.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank
Good luck.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.